Hi BookTube friends, my name's Nadine. Welcome to my channel. So you might be surprised to be seeing another TBR video right after my Victober TBR. I mean, how could I possibly manage to read any more in October than those books already chosen? But it is October, so I need to have some horror in my life. I'm going to be watching a ton of horror films. To be honest, I always do, but I'm thinking of making a list of films that I really want to get to in October and make it something a bit more special. And I might share that with you. And I was also thinking about taking part in one of the many readathons that go on in October in honour of the spooky season. But honestly, there's so many and they all look so great, I couldn't choose. And so I've just decided to keep it simple and just pull some books from my shelves that I'd quite like to get to if I get the chance. So it's kind of a loose TBR of possibilities is what we're going for here. So I have a bit of a stack to show you. So first of all, it's a non-fiction and it's I Am Haunted, Living Life Through the Dead by Zach Bagans. So for years I was obsessed with Ghost Adventures, like I would watch it constantly, repeats and everything. But I'm feeling kind of over it now, and I've had this book for a few years and I feel like I need to just get to it and probably move it on into its own afterlife somewhere else. So yeah, I've pulled that from the shelf to try and encourage myself to get on with it. So that is number one. And then we have The Dead Tossed Waves by Carrie Ryan. I haven't really seen this mentioned a lot on anybody else's channels. I don't know what it's supposed to be like. I found this series when I was looking for zombie fiction. So yeah, but I don't know anything about it. So it says, Gabri lives a quiet life, secure in her town next to the sea and behind the barrier. She's content to let her friends dream of the dark city up the coast while she watches from the top of her lighthouse. Home is all she's ever known and all she needs for happiness. But life after the return is never safe, and there are threats even the barrier can't hold back. Gabri's mother thought she left her secrets behind in the forest of hands and teeth, but like the dead in their world, secrets don't stay buried, and now Gabri's world is crumbling. One night beyond the barrier, one boy Gabri's known forever and one veiled in mystery, one reckless moment and half of Gabri's generation is dead, the other half imprisoned. Now Gabri knows only one thing: if she has any hope of a future, she must face the forest of her mother's past. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect from that one, but again, it's one that's been on my shelf for quite a while, and so I'd quite like to get to it. If anybody has read this, do let me know what you thought of it, because like I said, I've never really heard anybody speak about this book at all. It's sounding kind of YA-y, which is fine. I do enjoy a YA occasionally. I don't know if it is one or not, but yeah, I don't know. Next, Handling the Undead by John, oh gosh, why didn't I not look up how to pronounce this? John Ajvide Lindqvist. Yeah, so that one. Something peculiar is happening. Stockholm is enduring a heatwave. Electrical appliances cannot be switched off, and everyone has a blinding headache. Sorry. Then the terrible news breaks. In the city morgue, the dead are waking. David always knew his wife was far too good for him, but he never knew how lost he'd be without her until tonight when her car hit an elk. Now she's gone and he's alone. But when he goes to identify her body, she begins to move. It's terrifying, but it gives David a strange kind of hope. Across the city, grieving families find themselves able to see their loved ones one last time. But are these creatures really them? How long can this last? And what does it all mean? What does it all mean indeed? That sounds like it could be good. And then another one I've been really excited to get to and just haven't got around to it yet, and that's Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. This just sounds fantastic. In 1977, the Blyton Summer Detective Club unmasked the elusive Sleepy Lake Monster, Another low-life fortune hunter who would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. By 1990, the former detectives are haunted by strange, half-remembered events that cannot be explained by a guy in a mask. Andy, the once intrepid tomboy, now wanted in 2 states, wants answers. To find them, she will need Kerry, the former kid genius now drinking her ghosts away in New York with Tim, an excitable Weimaraner descended from the original canine member of the club. They will also have to get Nate, the horror nerd currently residing in an asylum. Luckily, Nate has not lost contact with Peter, the handsome jock turned movie star who was once their leader, which is remarkable considering Peter has been dead for years. The time has come to get the team back together and find out what actually happened all those years ago. It's their only chance to end the nightmares and perhaps save the world. So yeah, that just sounds like such a good time. And then I want to carry on with my Suki Stackhouse series. So Charlene Harris, definitely dead. I can't remember what number this is. I think sort of maybe 5 or 6, something like that. But yeah, carry on with those, which I really enjoy. And then I've got Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. This is probably the one that I want to get to the most. So yeah, we'll see how I get with all of the others because it's quite big. Okay, so it says it has been 27 long years since the last sunrise. For nearly 3 decades, vampires have waged war against humanity, building their eternal empire even as they tear down our own. Now, only a few tiny sparks of light endure in a sea of darkness. Gabriel de Leon, half man, half monster, and last remaining Silver Saint, a sworn brother of the Holy Silver Order dedicated to defending the realm from the creatures of the night, is all that stands between the world and its end. Now imprisoned by the very monsters he vowed to destroy, the last Silver Saint is forced to tell his story. A story of legendary battles and forbidden love, of faith lost and friendships won, of the wars of the blood and the forever king, and the quest for humanity's last remaining hope, the Holy Grail. So I've heard really, really good things about this book. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited to get to it. And it's got some really cool illustrations in it too. I mean, more books should have illustrations, am I right? So yeah, that one for sure I want to get to. And then finally, another one that has been languishing on my shelves for far too long is The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters. So this is more of a kind of a slower sort of gothic read, I think. In a dusty post-war summer in rural Warwickshire, a doctor is called to a patient at Lonely Hundreds Hall. Home to the Eyres family for over 2 centuries, the Georgian house, once grand and handsome, is now in decline, its masonry crumbling, its gardens choked with weeds, its owners, mother, son and daughter, struggling to keep pace. But are the Eyreses haunted by something more sinister than a dying way of life? Little does Dr. Faraday know how closely and how disturbingly their story is about to become entwined with his. So yeah, that sounds like it could be really, really good. So yeah, those are the books that I've pulled to hopefully try and get to. A couple of them would be good in October. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know what you're planning on reading in October, and I will chat to you again soon. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Bye!